This is the Clark County Jail. The facility houses about 500 inmates, both men and women with crimes ranging from misdemeanor to murder.
Get down.
Before I took office, I think the inmates, for the most part, were running the facility. I made a lot of changes, but there were still problems. So I felt I needed to see things from another perspective. But it's almost impossible to get an unbiased look at what's working and what's not. Undercover COs may not rat on other officers. Inmates won't snitch on each other. What I need is ordinary people that have never committed a crime to live in my facility for 2 months. The plan is we're going to insert innocent people into the facility for 60 days. Their mission is to observe and give us feedback.
Now, 60 days, all right. I mean, I commend you all. I thank you on the law enforcement aspect because it's going to have a huge impact down the line for how we look at this.
Our staff doesn't know that you guys are being planted in a jail. The sheriff and me and one other person does, and that's it.
All right, so I'm brought in to let you guys know a little bit about what we call prison politics. When you walk in, is understand that you are going to be under a microscope.
The first experience in jail is probably the most scariest thing you've ever seen in your life. You come in here and you got big convicts that done did 20 years. You know, then you got guys in here that are predators. And when they see somebody come in here like that, man, it's open game season. They maim youngsters like that.
The people that you'll be dealing with, they're raised on the streets, by the streets. The only thing they know is the streets. When you're going to school at 12 years old, worrying about math tests and spelling bees, they're out there fighting. You gotta be very careful of what you say and how you say it.
Right.
You call somebody a bitch, it's on.
That's kind of how I feel it is on the streets.
That word in there will get you in a fight quicker than anything else.
Because, I mean, this is in a completely different world from the outside world. Things that a person takes for granted on the street can get you up in here.
If you're this new person, you're there, and you have this deer in the headlight looks, they're gonna pick up on that. And they're gonna use that to their advantage.
So say you stand up for yourself, somebody continues pressing, and it turns physical.
Don't become engaged in criminal activity. If it's against the law on the streets, against the law in a correctional facility, you'll be charged criminally. If something happens in front of you, being a normal civilian, you want to go and help, right? And there you can't. You go advise one of the staff, you are now a snitch. A snitch. And what happens with snitches in prison?
Snitches get stitches.
Snitches end up in ditches, right? That's very, very true.
I saw nothing. I saw no fights. Everybody gets along in here peacefully. Are you okay?
So nothing happened?
No, nothing. I was asleep. That's my word. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
When you first come in, you'll get we call it an indigent bag with the jail rules, a little starter kit for deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush. It's nothing fancy.
I really like to use soft bristle toothbrushes. Will I be able to bring in my own, or will they have some provided?
You will be able to bring in nothing. You get a jumpsuit, and that's it. Plain and simple. You have zero privacy in a county facility. When you go to your cell, there's 3 other people in there.
They sat back there.
Too much fake hair for me. You can't be modest at all because that's out the window. I've never had to use the restroom in front of somebody. And then the shower, I mean, that's very hard. That's something that you don't ever really get used to either.
There's no door you can close.
It's gonna be loud. And sometimes you're gonna see things that you're gonna raise your eyebrows. But this is what you're signed up to do. Any questions, comments, concerns, issues?
I just don't want this to be too easy. That's my concern. I think it's going to be like a country club environment. Make new friends, watch TV, eat good food, prop my feet up, and stretch my toes.
Yeah.
Yes. How big is a TV screen in the day room?
It is a 60-inch.
60-inch?
60-inch flat screen.
Oh, thank you, taxpayers.
Just real quick, what do you think about some of the questions that Robert's asking, Zach? How do you feel about that? I can see your facial expressions. I can see your facial expressions. I think it's kind of a concern. Go ahead and elaborate. Be honest.
Some of the questions he's asking are, I think, not serious. I get the feeling that he's in for an awakening more than he realizes he is. That's my only.
Ma'am? I think reality will come in once you're put in handcuffs.
I'm kind of scared for you.
You don't want to be a part of, you know, the entities in there that you have. And that's when bargaining or gambling comes into effect.
If you gamble and you can't pay your debt, man, that's a wrap for you. And I've seen a lot of kids get raped like that. The kind of advice that I would give is, do not take nothing from anybody. Don't gamble, nothing.
I commend you all for being here. As a law enforcement community, we're gonna be able to look back on what's going on actually behind the scenes.
What are we doing wrong? What can we improve on?
Everything here, it's awful.
Thank you for doing what you're doing. Good luck and God bless.
Put your hands out for me. Two months, no family, no kids, county jail.
I understand that. My cover story is that I'm traveling to Indiana with my family. Turns out that I have an out-of-state warrant for my arrest. They said I was skimming the books, and they're trying to get me for fraud.
What's your name?
Yasmin Brown,
What's your cover story?
domestic battery and intimidation with a knife against my boyfriend.
All right, put your hands out for me.
My cover story is I've worked in insurance. I've been fired because I've been suspected for fraud.
I'm gonna take your hood down so you be inside here now.
We're gonna have you step in there and take a shower. We're gonna need anything that's not all white. Put your back against that white screen for me.
Being an inmate for 60 days makes me feel like I'm crazy for accepting this.
Can you shut that for me?
Hands up here. Separate your feet.
Do you have any medical problems that we need to be aware of?
No.
I have no idea how to shot with the water in there.
It'll shut off automatically.
You don't have anything gonna poke, stick, or cut me, do you?
I hope not.
It was on the floor.
Put your hand on the counter.
While I was peeing, it was on the floor.
All right, turn to your left.
Follow me.
I'm not afraid. I'm not scared.
that? Boy, he has a fresh cut.
Military haircut.
Fresh boy, too. That's fresh.
It's not that. I'm just tired of my ears stuff.
Shit is goofy as damn so much. What the? Where'd he come from?
He's new. He's got a tight room. I'm gonna him.